talk about, in terms of what you're seeing, how are companies using quantum today? So that's 34% that's investing today. Like, what are they doing?
So let me give you an example. In the life science industry, one of the big problems that company has, and specifically in pharmaceutical industry, is around drug discovery. If you think about drug discovery, and to make it overly simplistic, it's all about Lego block. You try basically to build a new molecule to build a new drug, but to build this molecule, you need to have a stability. And to build this stability, then you need to simulate the molecule. Until now, we've been able to simulate the molecule in 2 dimensions on a very big mainframe. Not good enough. We want to do that in 3 dimensions, but then we need a bigger computer, quantum computer. So drug discovery is going to be a big topic for quantum computer. And by the way, if you look at COVID, we believe there's going to be a huge acceleration in quantum computing, for example, to find basically the new vaccine and everything. So this is a good example. Let me give you another example. Financial services, and I think it interests very much the New York State. Okay, if you look at financial services, there's like company like JP Morgan and Chase. They work with IBM on their Q platform, and what they do is that they work on testing algorithms and applications that could be beneficial in portfolio management as well as fraud detection. That is pretty cool. Fraud detection is so complex that even like a big mainframe would not be able to handle it, especially if you want to do that real time. Let me give you another example. Automotive industry, big one, Volkswagen Group. They're working on generative design, for example, to create like new design of batteries, for example. And they're doing that using quantum computers. They're also doing this for optimization of traffic flow, in their GPS environment. Quantum computing again. So it goes on and on.
So where are the investments? Presumably there's a lot of investment being made today in the actual quantum computer itself and the qubits, et cetera. Yes. And then there's going to be a software component to it because you're going to have to like do the readout of things. So do you have a sense of where that balance is today in terms of where most of the dollars are going? And then, in 5 years and 10 years, how do you expect that to shift?
So let's set the frame, Maria, if I may. So if you look at the big number, okay, we're talking about around $22 billion worldwide is invested in quantum computing today. Mm-hmm. And when I say $22 billion, it's like this is eventually mostly government funding, okay, a bit of private, but it's really.
And so that's $22 billion in research.
That's right. Okay. And then companies also are investing. And then what you see is that there's like 3 types of investments. There's investment on the hardware, as you said. There's the investment on the software platform. So the software development kit, so to be able to program those machines. And there's going to be investment also on the solutions that companies like Accenture or other companies are investing in building. Okay. And so you have also investment that has been done also by VCs, and this is roughly $1.2 billion. And that's excluding China. It's a bit difficult to know exactly how much China is spending on this. Okay. All right. Anyway, but what's really interesting is that if you look at the QC market, the quantum computing market in the US and the investment that's been done, the market US has been investing about $1.2 billion, which is pretty significant numbers if you think about it. Okay. And at the time, the estimates, they show that their belief was the estimate for a quantum computing market in the US was worth only $300 million in 2019. Our survey shows that it's going to be much more. So we feel that it's clear that the investment that is done right now, it's pretty low compared to the value that we could get out of this new technology. And there's definitely some effort that needs to be there, that needs to be done. But by the way, US is not any worse than other countries. It's like if you look at the 5 top countries that are investing in quantum computing, it's USA, it's Canada, it's Europe. Europe, like the continent, Israel, and Japan. That's where we are.